for two. Got my head spinning.
Now we come to the asking. And this is where you both state your intentions for being here today, other than tearing up the dance floor later, of course. Helen and Wil, as partners in life, will you both love and accept the discoveries and treasures of growing old together? Will you provide strength in times of weakness and support one another in all things? Will you show love, forgiveness and compassion and cherish each other from this day forward?
We will.
We will.
Oh, what's that?
Do you want to do it again?
Oh, no, it's like...
No, that's perfect. But ladies and gentlemen, Helen and Wil aren't the only ones that get to make some vows today. If it's all right, I would like to make sure your guests here are taking this wedding very seriously. All right? I want you all to make a promise to Helen and Wil right now. The answer is we do. Do you, as family and friends, promise to... Go away! Go away! Don't do it. Let's start again. Do you, as family and friends, promise to... Do you promise to dance like no one is watching? Drink and eat like you aren't paying? Do you promise not to steal the table decorations or write your name on someone else's wedding gift? And do you promise to be there for Helen and Wil in their wonderful life together? The answer is... Good job, you guys can stay. All right, so now we come to the vows. And this is where you're making your pledges to each other. But before you are joined in marriage, in my presence and in the presence of these witnesses, I am to remind you of the solemn and binding nature of the relationship into which you are about to enter. Marriage, according to law in Australia, is the union of two people to the exclusion of all others voluntarily entered into for life. Are you ready?
Yep. Oh, do I need the ring?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll tell you what's happening.
Wait, are you holding? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I remember the first day I met you on the road trip to Lake Macquarie, where you introduced yourself as Helen. You just graduated from high school and was super excited about gate crashing my road trip and getting a free meal. We actually didn't talk much, and I guess me wearing that Where's Wally t-shirt with the green and white stripes really put you off. It was only after a few years later where I officially got friend-zoned. Thanks. Could you no longer resist my dashing charms? Did we start dating? Since then, it's been filled with silly and fun memories as we stand here today. It amazes me how our relationship has lasted, with your lack of responsiveness and absence from people's lives. Even though you may take months to reply, I love your caring nature, your kind heart, and your willingness to help. Either by walking up to your friend's place in the middle of the night with food in hand, or always offering ice cream and milk tea, even though you know I'm lactose intolerant. I promise I will always make sure chicken wings and potato chips are always on the menu, and you will never go hungry. I will always be your alarm clock so you are never late. I will always be your driver so you can snooze in the car and catch up on the hours lost watching YouTube. You have stolen my heart and it will always be yours. You will always be my sleeping beauty, and remember to stay silly, never take ourselves too seriously, and stay immature enough to think that hot pot in a kettle is a great idea. I am beyond excited about a future together, and I love you with all my heart. Thank you.
Wilfred, I feel lucky every day to have crashed that road trip years ago and to have met you. It's okay. We've grown up together over the last 6 years and a bit. And throughout, we've had many ups and downs, much laughter, and many milestones. And I look forward to celebrating many more with our families to come. Thank you for being my best friend, balancing out all my flaws with your strengths, your understanding, your support through thick and thin, and most of all, not being afraid of being yourself. Your random and unfiltered thoughts always have me in stitches, and your heart of gold is why I love you so much, and what makes you one of a kind. After all, it was that random impulse of wanting to buy a quad bike that brought us together. I will always love you for all you are and cannot think of a better man to spend my life with. Although I cannot promise to cut out my long afternoon naps, I promise as I stand before our family and friends today, I will put you above all and try to be less stubborn and more considerate. Strive to make you laugh and as happy as you make me. Support you in your dreams and in making each other a better versions of ourselves. You've always challenged and supported me to do so, and I know many times you put me above your own feelings, and for that I am grateful. And I hope I can do the same for you. Most of all, I promise to always love you in good times and in bad, when life seems easy and when life seems hard, when our love is simple and when our love is an effort. I choose to spend today and my tomorrows with you together as best friends and partners in love. Here's to growing old and wrinkly together.
We now move to the most tangible symbol of the union taking place before us, the giving and receiving of rings. The ring is our oldest symbol of love and marriage. We usually think about the wedding bands representing unconditional love because they are a perfect circle, no beginning and no end. But as you place the ring on each other's fingers today, consider this. Rings do have a beginning. Rock is dug up from the earth, metal is liquefied in a furnace at 1,000 degrees and then moulded, cooled, and painstakingly polished. Something beautiful is made from raw elements. Love is like that. It's hot, dirty work. It comes from humble beginnings made by imperfect beings. It's the process of making something beautiful where there was once nothing at all. These rings symbolise the acceptance of imperfection and the recognition of beauty and love and never-ending commitment. May these rings always remind you of the vows you've made to each other today. Justin. Okay, just place it to the top of it. No, this
Oh,
end.
well, okay.
Don't put it on yet.
Yep.
Keep it there, and you're going to repeat after me.
Yep.
Look at Helen. I call upon the people here present
I call upon the people present
to witness that I, Wilfred Chin Lau,
that I, Wilfred Chin Lau,
take you, Helen Ma,
take you, Helen Ma,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love,
As it encircles your finger,
as it encircles your finger. May it remind you always
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
that you are surrounded by my enduring love.
Push the ring on. Keep going. Yes! We got it. Okay, Justin. Okay, left hand. Just to the top of the finger. And don't push it on yet. Okay. You're going to repeat after me.
Mhm.
I call upon the people here present
I call upon the people here present
to witness that I, Helen Ma,
to witness that I, Helen Ma,
take you, Wilfred Chin Lau,
take you, Wilfred Chin Lau,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
I give you this ring as a symbol of my love.
As it encircles your finger,
As it encircles your finger,
may it remind you I love you just as you are.
may it remind you that I love you just as you are,
And will always support you
and will always support you
to become all that you can be.
to become all that you can be.
Guess what? That's it. It is my absolute pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. There is only one thing left to do. Can you gross us all out with a big kiss? You are now husband and wife. Can we go a bit nuts, please?